It was a cold, rainy night when Sarah moved into the old countryside house she'd inherited from her grandmother. The place was quiet. It was surrounded by tall trees and thick fog. The only sound was the creaking of the wooden floorboards beneath her feet. On her first night there, as she was getting ready for bed, she heard a faint voice. It was coming from the basement. "Sarah, come down here." She froze. Her heart pounded in her chest. "Did I imagine that?" she whispered to herself. Maybe it was just an old house settling in the night. But then the voice came again, louder this time. "Sarah, please come down here." It sounded like her grandmother, but how? Her grandmother had passed away 2 years ago. Had she imagined the sound? Was it just her imagination playing tricks on her? Or was there really something down there in the dark, dank basement waiting for her? Taking a deep breath, Sarah gathered her courage, grabbed her flashlight, and slowly crept toward the basement door. It groaned open, revealing a pitch-black stairway that disappeared into the darkness. The voice called again. "Sarah, please help me." It sounded like her grandmother. With trembling hands, she stepped down the stairs, one creaky step at a time. The air grew colder with each step, and the silence was broken only by the drip, drip, drip of water somewhere far below. As she reached the bottom, the flashlight flickered, casting long, distorted shadows on the basement walls. Suddenly, the door slammed shut behind her, plunging her into total darkness. She screamed and ran to the door, banging on it with all her might, but it wouldn't budge. The light went out. Then, in the darkness, she heard footsteps. They were circling her, dragging, heavy footsteps. Whoever or whatever was down there was coming closer. "Who's there?" she cried out, her voice echoing in the vast emptiness of the basement. "Why did you leave me here, Sarah?" the voice asked again, and this time it was much closer. She turned on the flashlight again for just a brief second, and in that instant, she saw a face. It was pale and sunken, inches from hers, and then everything went black. The next morning, the house was silent. Sunlight streamed through the windows, illuminating dust particles dancing in the air. Sarah's phone sat on the kitchen table, buzzing with unanswered messages. No one had heard from her, not her friends, not her family, but someone had been watching. A single word was scrawled on the dusty window. "Help," etched into the glass with a fingernail. It was clear that whoever had written it was in a panic, yet no one had come to rescue Sarah. And now, weeks later, the house stood abandoned once more, shrouded in mist and mystery. Locals whispered that the house was haunted, that it held a darkness that consumed those who entered. Some claimed they'd seen a ghostly figure standing at the basement window, a desperate plea for help forever. And so the legend of Sarah's house continued to be told, a chilling tale of a missing girl and the haunting voice that echoed through the old countryside house. People avoided the place, not wanting to disturb whatever evil lurked within. But maybe, just maybe, on a dark and stormy night, if you listen closely, you might hear a faint voice calling out, please help me."